Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a book haul. One of the books I got for free from the library, and it's not a library book, I got it to own for free. Then I also got 9 tinish books. I say tinish because one of them is not going to be mine. And that was today from a second-hand bookstore. What I really like about the bookstore that I went to today is because it's a used bookstore, so all the books are used. And you can also bring books that you want to get rid of because either you don't want to read them anymore or you read them, didn't like them, whatever your reason is, you can bring them to them and they'll give you credit for the store. So basically they'll take half the price off of whatever your purchase is. So I really appreciate that. I love it a whole freaking lot because if I went to Barnes & Noble and bought these 10 books, it would be like $200. And I would never do that for myself. That's like horrendous. But I really love it here because, oh, so much books for so little. Let's first show you the book from the library, which is The Forever Street by Frederick Morton, who escaped the Nazis in 1939 as a child. And the cover says that this experience shaped his writing and his style and all that, which I imagine it would. The story of this book is about an 18-year-old man named Berg. In the year 1873, he's a Jewish man who wants to make his home in Turk Street in Vienna? Viennese? I don't know. But this is basically like the gypsy road, so nobody really thinks he can do it. And they think that he's kind of like a dreamer, but he has this huge dream to make this place his home. He marries the caretaker's daughter, and as a dowry, he gives her a legendary relic, which they both believe is a part of the Wailing Wall in Jerusalem. And this stone transforms and changes their lives and makes them believe that Turk Street will last forever, kind of a thing. And this book takes you through 3 generations of their family and the effect that the stone has on each generation. And it sounds really interesting. I was really surprised to see this on the free stand because seriously, this book sounds really amazing. It's in good quality, enough to be sold. So I'm kind of surprised by that, but lucky me, and I'm so excited to get to this book. Then I got the Alaskans, and I don't think they tell you the authors. Here, you can read it. My dad really loved these books. I just don't want him to hear this because he's in the house at the time, but he really likes these books. They're like his favorite things ever, kind of a thing. And I don't think he has this one. It's like they say Alaskan. And I love these books myself actually because it's very easy just to like look at the pictures and read it. It's not anything really heavy, so you can get some really cool facts and get a glimpse of life. So I know he has a few from of Indians. I saw some there too, and I was like, oh, I bet he would like these, but I wasn't really sure if he had them already, so I just didn't want to risk it. But I'm really sure he's going to have this one, so I'm so excited. So now on to the books that I got for myself. And the first one is King Lear by William Shakespeare. This is the Yale Shakespeare edition. Everybody knows that I like the Folger's Classics library editions because they usually will put on this side all the annotations and translations of words that we wouldn't recognize today, kind of thing, on this side, while you have the play on this side, so you can kind of like go back and forth. But here you have them all on the bottom. So it's like whatever, as long as I will be able to find a way to understand what I'm reading, I'm okay with it. And besides, this was only $3, so it's a given that I'm not gonna like give a crap about what edition it is, just as long as I get it into my hands. And yeah, I don't even know what it's about. All I know is that it's Shakespeare, and I've been wanting to collect all of his plays. But I'm super excited to read this because King Lear, it's a tragedy. Who doesn't like a tragedy, right? Then I got Fever 1793 by Laurie Halse Anderson. This is the author that wrote Speak, and I read that book and loved it, and I'm super excited to get to this book. This book takes place in 1793 during the summertime, and it's about a girl named Maddie Cook who lives above the family coffee shop with her widowed mother and grandfather. Maddie spends her days like avoiding chores and making plans to turn the family business into a huge success that Philip has ever seen. Like, it's going to be the biggest success, you know. But then the fever breaks out, and it spreads and through the streets. Maddie's mother tells her, have to leave the city with your grandfather, go. But when she does leave, she realizes that the disease is everywhere she goes, and she has to learn how to survive alongside her grandfather. This sounds super exciting. It sounds very different from Speak. It doesn't sound like it's based off of a realistic. It almost sounds sci-fi, maybe? Whatever genre it would be. But I'm not really sure if this is based off of a true thing that happened. So if you know, tell me down below. I'm really excited. I liked her writing style in Speak, so I'm super excited to see where she goes writing style wise and with the story in this one. Then I got Matilda by Roald Dahl. I'm super duper excited for this one because I watched the film, didn't know it was a book at the time, and of course I was a kid then also, and I loved it. It was so much fun to watch, and this little girl, she's such a darling, and it was so much fun. So I am like thrilled to get this book and finally see what the real story is about, because you know, movies, they change everything.
The next book, when I saw it, I practically flipped out in the store because I did not think they were going to have this book. For some reason, I thought this book was like a newly release because all of a sudden people were just writing over this book series, and I was like, oh my gosh, this book's not going to have it because it must be new. Rarely do I ever see such a raving over a book that hasn't been just released. You know, like everybody goes crazy over books that are just released in the past month. Never do I really see people go crazy over a book that has been published like really long ago. So I was quite surprised when I saw this because I'm pretty sure these books aren't actually new in blue. I'm really sure that it's new, and it was just like, oh my gosh, it's not the cover that I wanted. Like, come on, it was like it was only $7 for this book, and I'm sure
you all want to know what it is, or you probably have guessed, but it is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I'm super thrilled to have found this book. And okay, so Mistborn, the something or other,
is basically a high fantasy book about a hero that failed at saving the world, basically. And for 1,000 years since, the world has become a wasteland of ash and mist ruled by the immortal emperor known as the Lord Ruler. Every revolt has failed miserably, yet somehow hope survives. So basically, it's about an unlikely hero, a street urchin who must learn to master elemency, the power of this born, in order to destroy the Lord Ruler and save the world from complete and utter destruction.
I'm super excited. Everybody says this is a really amazing trilogy, and yeah, I want to read it right now. Then I got Sons and Lovers by D.H. Lawrence, and this is about I got Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas. Basically, it's a love triangle, and I did not realize that when I bought it. I should have. Everybody talks about this, but I guess it stuck to my mind. I mean, it was in vague words on the back. I mean, like, how could I have missed that? Two men love her. The whole land fears her. Only she can save them all. Used. It was only $5. So, besides that, it was cut in half because, like I said, when you bring books, you get half off. So, yeah. we'll see. I really hate love triangles, and if it becomes annoying in this book, I'm gonna throw it across the room, and I don't give a damn. Okay, people. Another book that I'm like really excited about, and I know I've been saying this for a lot of the books that I've gotten, but I'm super excited because I read her other book. I did not realize this author was a female. Oh, that's so horrible. But anyways, I read the other book of hers and I fell in love with it. A few issues here and there, but for the most part, amazing. And I was like, must grab another book. And this was one of the books that I had actually looked up before I went to like check on if I wanted to get it and to see. And then when I got it, when I got there, it was like the first book that caught my eye, and that is The Moonstone by Wilkie Collins. And Wilkie Collins wrote The Woman in White, and I loved that book. It was such a great mystery overall, and I was like, I must get this book. I must. So, The Moonstone is a priceless Indian diamond which had come to England as spoils of war. This Indian diamond is given to Rachel Verinder on her 18th birthday, but it is stolen that very night. Suspicion falls on the hunchbacked housemaid, on Rachel's cousin Franklin Blake, on two of mysterious Indian jugglers, and even on Rachel herself, which I don't understand. Like, Sergeant Cuff is called in, and with the help of Betteridge, the Robinson Crusoe reading Loquacious Steward, the mystery of the missing stone is ingeniously solved. I was super duper excited for this book because I really liked her writing overall. I thought her ability to create a very mysterious setting and keeping you going into the story was wonderful. This is much shorter than that book, so this should be much easier to get through. I'm just super excited to see where it goes with this one, and oh my gosh. Then I got Gone with the Wind by Margaret Mitchell. The last book I got is The Hotel on the Corner of Bitter and Sweet by Jamie Ford. This is about Henry Lee and Kiko Akabe, who fell in love with each other in the 1940s. Kiko is Japanese and he is Chinese, and when the Japanese are taken to the internment camps, of course, they're all evacuated from their homes and put into internment camps. They were separated, and now he's outside of the Panama Hotel, where it was once the gateway to Seattle's Japantown, and it's finally reopened, and the owner has put all of the belongings of the Japanese families that were once there in the windows. He sees the Japanese parasol that belonged to the woman Kiko Akabe that he fell in love with before she was evacuated during World War II, and it's basically his journey of trying to find the rest of the Akabe family's belongings, and for a long lost object whose value he cannot even begin to measure. It takes him on a journey of revisiting the sacrifices he has made for family, love, and country. And it's just, it sounds really good, and the person that reviewed this said it was really good, so I'm super excited. I really love this cover. Oh my gosh. And yeah, just excited. Basically, I'm excited for almost all the books I got. Maybe I have my doubts on a few, but overall, super duper excited for today. Has been long, so I am done. Hopefully this will be up on Saturday. Thank you all for watching if you are, and I will see you in the next one.